There's a well-known saying and it says, love what you do and you'll never work a day in your life. And I hate that saying. Let me explain why. I hate it because it seems to detract all of the hard work that you have to put in to get somewhere, to do something, to be successful. And not everything is rainbows and unicorns.
I'm so happy because I'm a gummy bear, gummy bear.
There's a lot of hard work that goes in behind the scenes that people don't see, and that is the work that is actually going to get you where you want to get to. It's not so much what's seen, especially on social media, on Instagram, that's the highlight reel, but it's what is done outside normal hours, what's done on the weekends, the habits that you're forming. That is what is going to carry you to where you want to get to. So I don't like that saying, and I'm pretty certain that a photographer didn't come up with that saying because, there's so many areas in running a successful photography business that aren't sexy, like doing your taxes, like insuring your studio, insuring your gear, maybe having salary insurance or accident insurance. That's not sexy, but it's an important part of what you do. And having the correct liability cover is essential if you're going to be a photographer, you're going to be working on sets, you're going to be working on location. You have to have that insurance so if something goes wrong on set, and you hope that it doesn't, but so that you're covered if something does. Because if you don't have that and something happens, you could be in real financial trouble. So that would be just a couple of things I think that you need to consider. But that just then goes hand in hand with your creativity and what can you come up with? How can you do something that's different? How are you going to stand out from the millions of people that are creating stuff on social media these days? So I think you have to spend a bit of time on that. And just for myself and my creative process, I have to give myself space, and I just have to have time really to kind of think about things, or if I'm trying to come up with a creative solution, it doesn't just come like that. You have to create space to be able to allow your creativity to synthesize and do something. And the more that you use your creative muscle, the stronger it gets. But it takes time. And I think the more time that you do spend, then it's going to be easier for you to come up with things on the fly when you need to. But you need to spend the time ahead of that just sitting and just thinking about, coming up, formulating shoot ideas, thinking about what the kind of stuff that you want to shoot and focusing on that. So I guess another piece of advice that I would have for photographers that are maybe just starting out and starting to shoot jobs for clients is, and this is a big mistake that I made, and so it's a big journey to kind of, once you're going down one path, to stop and turn around, start on another path. But the advice I would give everyone is shoot the kind of work that you want to shoot for your clients and show that work. Don't look at what other people are shooting, get trapped in shooting the kind of work that you're not really into, but it's the work that's kind of paying the bills. And I understand everybody has to pay the bills. I guess the way that I would suggest you do it is have a part-time job that's not related to photography and work on the photography on your weekends and in your evenings, and do it that way so you still have the money coming in, and do it that way. That would be my advice. If I could go back and do things all again.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
That's what I would do. I started out assisting. So I assisted other photographers, advertising photographers, fashion photographers, interior commercial photographers. I worked on every kind of job for about 9 years. And I stayed in the assisting role for far too long. And my advice is, if you're considering assisting and being an assistant for a photographer or working freelance for a bunch of different photographers, I think it is essential for you to set a time limit on how long you're going to assist for. Because if you don't, you'll just find yourself getting dragged back in, because when you're starting out, you don't have many clients, you're really not making that much money from your photography. You need something else to be bringing money in until you can build up your photography business. And so the way that I looked at it when I was assisting was, I was a very busy assistant working, 5 days a week, working for different. And so the assisting part of my business was really big, while the shooting for myself, that was really small. And so over time, what I did is I whittled it down so that I was saying yes and yes to less and less assisting work. So that assisting thing was kind of like starting to shrink, and the assisting work was going down while my photography work was kind of growing and getting bigger, and I was shooting for more people. The biggest piece of advice that I would have would be definitely, set a goal or set a time limit on how long you're going to assist for, because otherwise you will assist far longer than you're wanting to or expecting to, and you'll get dragged back in because the money is, good compared to maybe the money that you're getting regularly from the photography work that you're shooting. So that would be the advice that I give for people if you're considering assisting. But in saying that, assisting, I credit it for learning so much of lighting and just dealing with clients, how to be on set, maybe a couple of things of maybe not what to do, but mostly I learnt by watching other photographers, watching how they work, watching how they light, watching how they retouch. And that has informed me and how I do it. So it was a priceless way of learning. I have learnt so much from all the photographers that I assisted over the years, and I would not trade any money for that. That was fantastic. But maybe I didn't need to assist for 9 years. Maybe I could have just assisted for 4 or 5 and then got going. Hindsight. To me, a little introduction to what I've done, and please do, if you enjoyed that, if you have any comments or any thing that any subjects you would like me to address or make a video about, then I would love to hear from you. And I'm really excited to growing this channel together. So I can't do it without you. So thanks, guys, and I'll see you soon.